good shit. Let's get to it. We got enough people in here. Um, so yeah, let's talk about the market as a whole today. As basically how it's been for a while. The market's been pretty slow. Main reasons why it's been slow are I word that we've been using so often, inflation. That's one of the biggest reasons why the market is pretty stagnant. I told you guys it's going to be like this for a while. One of the major reasons why inflation is a concern today more than other days is they actually just announced yesterday, or actually today. Well, no, it was yesterday. That new data on Tuesday showed that job openings and the voluntary quit rate each surged to a record high in April. So essentially, what that means, I mean, pretty self-explanatory, but I mean, there's jobs available and people are just deciding to quit. Um, they're blaming a lot of this on childcare problems. I know for some states, school is still going on, so that's an issue for a lot of people, um, as well as lingering healthcare problems. Just the fear of COVID. So, I mean, that is people's excuse. Their excuse right now is that jobs are being quit because mainly because of childcare. But because of this data showing that we're still getting jobs and people are just voluntarily quitting, it just makes it to where they're still uneasy about inflation because of what I said yesterday, how a lot of people who got unemployment last year are still getting free money. They're still trying to pass new bills to build the infrastructure, but like I said, too much given money from the government can lead to inflation because eventually the people have to catch up to it. And that does mean people going back to work. So, that is why inflation is a deal today. Um, but, for the last 2 weeks, um, meme stocks have been basically what has been driving up the stock market as a whole. We all know the GameStops and the AMC's. These are the things that most people know about, the Blackberries, stocks like that. Um, a lot of these other stocks are stocks that people are not familiar with. But I mean, just to talk about some of the stocks that have been moving as of before this morning. Besides GameStop, which by the way, GameStop is actually doing an earnings call. That's their quarterly call to kind of let people know what they did the quarter before. One of the reasons why people are getting behind this today because the stock is actually up. Let me see. It went up like it started up like 8% today, but a lot of people are getting behind it because they think that GameStop is actually running a profit. It's actually projected that they're going to project a loss again, and it's going to be the fourth quarter in the last 5 quarters that they've reported a loss. Once again, all these meme stocks, they're up because of the people. None of these meme stocks has a profitable value to justify any of these stocks going up. It's strictly just Wall Street bets, the discords, the telegrams, all these different groups where people are just getting behind specific stocks. So that's why you see stocks like AMC going down today, and BlackBerry. Even though BlackBerry has kind of changed their model, they're still in a lot of debt. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the stocks that have actually done well over the last couple of days have been going down. Clover Health Investments, that's another meme stock that people have gotten behind. Wendy's, I don't know if you guys have seen, but maybe in the last like 2 or 3 days, maybe a week at the most, Wendy's, the meme stocks is just gone through the roof. It's actually hit its high point, I think, yesterday or a couple of days ago at like $29. Which, if you know Wendy's, you know it should never get that high. But even that's going down, and that's really what you deal with when you deal with meme stocks. You deal with volatility. You deal with something that isn't for sure. It can go up one day and it can go down the next day. You really have no reason as to why it's going either way, besides the fact that people are either getting behind it or if they decide to say, fuck it, we off it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just anytime you're investing into something like that long term, I'm not mad at nobody for doing that, but it's just important to know that you should never put all your eggs in something like this because there is no real sure thing to justify why any of these things are going up, besides a bunch of people saying, let's just put money into it. But that's just not a sustainable way to invest into stocks. So, if you're going to do stuff like this, make sure that you guys balance it out and invest into things that are considered value stocks that will end up paying you more long term. And once again, for the people who have the Patreon page, I just posted a new posted new content yesterday that talks specifically about the real estate market and ways to get into it without actually having to buy property. So make sure you guys tap into that Patreon page. But today there's some new meme stocks that have actually popped up that are basically driving the market as a whole. And I'll go over a couple of them. I'm not recommending you guys get into any of it. I'm just going to recommend you do your research and you figure out for yourself if it's worth it. Um, there's a prison operator GEO group, a prison operator group called GEO Group. They've actually gone up 42%. This morning alone. Once again, this is just strictly off, people getting behind it and pushing it for a day. I'm never going to invest in no fucking prison operator. So if you guys want to invest into some prisons, have a blast, but that will never be me. Another meme stock that actually has been booming today is Clean Energy Fuels Corp. This is one of those, this is one of those things that could long term. I'm just going to ask that you do your research on it. Both of these stocks are stocks that have been pushed by the people. These, so they are considered meme stocks. So, I mean, all in all, guys, like I said, it's a gamble. It really just is a gamble. And going into these type of stocks, I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying don't put all your eggs in one basket. Treat this shit like the club. Treat it like the casino. Treat it like this is what I got to lose. Like I'm treating this with the expectation that it could lose, but it could possibly win as well. So anytime you're doing that, make sure you just don't put all your eggs in one basket. So that's really what's going on right now. Like I said, the meme stocks are the only thing that's moving right now because the typical investor is holding out on investing on anything because of inflation. So it does leave a lot of opportunities for stocks that could go up long term. So I would just really do your due diligence to figure out what you have a passion for, because that's another thing about investing. It's not always about dollars. You need to actually believe in these companies if you're investing into a long term. You have to believe that it's going to show some type of profit, or the potential term. People who still have money in GameStop, I mean, God bless you. There's going to be that the earnings call later on this afternoon. So make sure y'all tap in with that. But like I said, that's pretty much it, y'all. There ain't really much to talk about in terms of anything else. As I said, meme stocks is the only thing that's moving at this point in a significant way. For the people who are looking to buy a house, they did just announce that the mortgage rates have gone down on average about 0.2%. So if you guys are looking to get into properties, that's also something to look into. If not, like I said, if you're looking to get into the real estate industry but don't have the money for a down payment, a closing costs, renovation costs, all that good shit, uh, tap into the Patreon page because I did showcase some of the more higher earning real estate companies or stocks that are not only doing very well today but have potential of doing very, very well long term. So tap into that. But I mean, that's pretty much it, y'all. Like, I don't want to beat a dead horse. It's really not a lot going on today. It's a pretty flat day. The S&P 500s, the ETFs are doing well for themselves, but that's just really what it is. The meme stocks is kind of controlling everything at this point. Um, I would look into the ones that are going up today. You might have already missed it if you hadn't got down at this point. But once again, the two main ones that are booming today is GEO Group and Clean Energy Fuels Corp. Clean Energy Fuels Corp is the one you should probably look more into. But once again, these are both considered meme stocks. They're both things that people just talked about in Wall Street bets, and everybody decided to put money behind. So yeah, that's pretty much it, y'all. As always, I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be the jobs report, so we'll see how that goes. It's been going pretty well. But at the end of the day, the jobs don't mean shit if people don't actually stay at the jobs or start working at them. So make sure you guys tap into the Patreon page. Once again, new content just dropped yesterday, and we will have some new content dropping again on Friday. Before I go out to Gnome, shout out to everybody that's on Gnome, and shout out to Gotti and Nitty battling for that 100,000. So either way, the West still won. So I'm out of here, y'all. Y'all have a great day. I'll see y'all tomorrow.